Welcome back, Generals, to another Let's Fix Generals 0 Hour to make the best game ever. Last session, we did a bunch of code reviews. Now, I think it's a good time to go back to some code. Yeah, can't do reviews 24/7 because then we are just stuck doing reviews forever and never advance our own changes here. So, let's see, what do we have? Net packets, right. So in a previous change, what did we do? Fix undefined behavior, yeah. And then we did this here. So I think there was still some stuff left over in net packet. Let me see. Net packet. So let's search for plus offset. Yeah, see, there is some stuff left over. Offset. Yeah, data. But there's read as well. Data. Read game message data. Huh. With offset. Read game message. Oof. Okay, so what I see here is that and that. Type. Yeah, arc count. Okay, here we have to be very careful. Oof. Oh, that sucks. Run copy. CMD ID. Okay. Okay. Yeah. New run aheads. New val. Slot, disconnect frame. Length, unsigned byte length. Plus equal size of length. Text. Yeah. Okay. length plus equal size of length. Man, they really like to make this code hard to read, don't they? Let's add a bit of spacing here. Okay, all right, num chunks, okay. Here, I would like to move this here so that it's consistent with the other guys. Data here. Yeah, this code is really difficult to maintain the way it's written. Yeah. Okay. How about we make a search on size of? Yeah. So let me do a search for size of in current documents. Okay, and then we look for everything that is not using variable names, and we take a look at that, which there is a number of. Oh boy. Oof, 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 oof. This one is okay. What about this? Yep. There we go. Okay, good. All right, command ID is unsigned short here. Relay is unsigned bytes. Player ID. Frame. Command type. Command type is unsigned bytes. Okay. Timestamp unsigned int. Okay. All right. I think that's fine. Argument type. Ugh. Okay. Let's leave that as is. New type. Here we can simplify. Unsigned short. Can do that. Packet LAN. Oof. Player ID is it's an unsigned int. Huh. Interesting. Player ID. It's a bit fishy. I think we can do the same here. Relay. Can also just say one. We just leave it the way it was. Packet LAN. Man, this code is just absolute madness. Command type. Command type is enum 4 bytes, but this one is 1 byte. How is this legal? That doesn't look safe. That looks fishy here to me. Yeah. So here we can use that relay. Player ID is byte. Say unsigned bytes, commands type as bytes. Mm-hmm. As bytes. Mm-hmm. Command ID. Unsigned short, yeah. And here we have frame is unsigned int. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so this looks good. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, data. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This one should be white char. Mm-hmm. This as well, white char. Mm-hmm. Player mask. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Unsigned byte, okay, we keep that as is. Actually, now we can't put this here, new frame. Command type, new frame, copy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Then here we do what's a single byte? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Net command type. Storage. Type. This one is shown as 4 byte though. What is it now? Net command type. It's an enum. Then let's do unsigned byte type. New frame type. I think we can also do this packet plus packet len type. Keep it consistent, new relay. There we go. Then here we do this as well. So this is play ID. Player ID. This one is also a byte, right? Yeah. New ID. There we go. Okay. Okay, so far so good. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Boy, this will take forever. Oh man. Oh hell no. Oh. There's just so much. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh. uh. Oh, this is chaos. Oh. This really is chaos. Oh boy. Oh. Man. Well, this could be a task for LLM. This refactor. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Well, maybe I shouldn't touch all of these. Just a few. Okay, how about we ignore the is room packets? They are... This is just an absolute total mess. Game command. Oh man. Type. New type. Player ID. Player ID. Man. Net command type. Command type. Okay, this one we can also call command type. But okay. New relay. Player ID. Player ID. Okay. There's more. Command type. New frame. New relay. Man, this never ends, doesn't it? There's more. Command type. This stuff is repeated everywhere. It just doesn't stop. Man. Not sure if it's worth what I'm doing here. Oh boy. Boy, this network code is absolute bonkers. You know, I think this is nonsense here. It should be refactored in other ways. I think I get this. It's just small improvement, but this whole the whole thing here needs to be simplified. Like everything, like what we're doing here is fine, good and well, but it's, oh man. Maybe we should only treat the fill buffer functions. Which are these guys? Command type as byte. Relay. Copy relay. Buffer. Okay. Yeah. So, and the other stuff here is for add functions, add. Read functions. So, here we have another packet. Which fill. Okay, so this polishes all the fill buffer functions, and this one constructs net command message. Let me look at this again. Command type is byte. Let's rename this to command type byte. Okay. Now we still have offsets here. Data length, while offset is smaller data length. Copy. Okay. Copy. Mem copy. Oh man. Like with this thing, you really have to be super careful that you don't make any mistakes, yeah. Because just one mistake and the whole thing falls apart. It's absolute madness. Mem copy. Yeah. Yeah. Types. Type. Account. Okay, I would say we can already make this a change. We say, let's create a new branch for this. Refactor net packet. So then we say here refactor net packets. Simplify byte data management in net packets for buffer functions. Byte data management buffer data code byte data code raw byte data handling. Raw byte data handling. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. Okay, for some reason it takes a lot of time here. It's doing something. Huh. Okay, I've never seen that. Let me do a stash. I think we can already push the other branch here. This one. Well, we didn't test it yet, right? Yeah, we can test it later. But I think this was pretty straightforward. Let me look through it one more time and copy. Okay. Yeah. I think this looks pretty good. Yeah. This looks pretty maintainable. That's nice, yeah. Okay. Then let's push it. Okay. It's a follow-up for this one. Follow-up for this. This change is a follow-up. Well, this change fixes the undefined behavior with net packet buffer overrides in net packet fill buffer functions. Fix minor stability. Network Gen ZH. To do tests in network match. Okay. Then let's see if Greptile has anything to complain on this one. Should be straightforward for AI to analyze this because it's a very straightforward refactor or change. Okay. While we wait, let's maybe take a look at one change. Get a table of all possible states and all associated sounds. Try to keep this as simple as possible. More code was added for some other sounds I missed in handling of packing, which appears twice in the sequence. Oh boy. Save can be made during any combinations of status and laser status below. Sounds are triggered only during state change, so when loading a save game, any of the sounds in the active column need to be added. Whoa, well, that's a lot. Packing, charging, preparing, so add sound, power up sound, charging. Oh boy, well, that's that's a lot. Oh boy. Okay, that's really a lot. So it's bug. I think we need a new fields. Let's add a new label, safe load. Safe load. Or maybe we say xfer. No, safe load is good. Safe load / xfer related. Is the color good? Yeah, let's take that color. I don't like a color because it's relatively dark. That one is better. I like that. Save load, audio, minor, Gen ZH. Okay. Let's take a look at the new code. Oh boy. Oh boy. So if status is charging or preparing or almost ready and not empty. I suggest put the event name empty check first, because there's no need to go on to proceed. I need to check the other things if there's no event name. Preparing, almost ready, status, ready to fire, pre-fire, unpack to ready sound, firing to idle, and annihilate sound. Oof. That's really complicated. Okay, let me delete this comment here. Let's not care about this. Okay, so the issue I take with this is that this now needs to mirror the man. This is a really awful and difficult way. Difficult implement. Difficult. It's a really difficult way to implement audio. So this is a really difficult way to maintain audio correctness. It would be. Let me go to this guy here. Unpack to ready sound. Audio event RTS. Does this contain any state? Volume, position, object. Does it have an X4 function? No. Maybe. When audio setup changes, then this code would need to be adapted again. It would be better if set driver, yeah. Set playing handle. Set playing handle for ID of this audio piece. What? Playing handle. Playing handle. Playing handle. Set playing handle. And how do we stop it? Ah. Add audio events. Okay, so this triggers this thing. This is a really difficult. This is a really awful, difficult way to maintain audio correctness. I don't want to write awful. It sounds bad, negative. This is a really difficult way to maintain audio correctness, because when the audio setup, because this needs to mirror the other logic correctly, and when the audio logic changes, then this code would need to be adapted again. It would be better if instead I suggest adding xfer, adding an xfer function to this class, and then handle the state in there. This will not work for legacy saves, but going forward it will be much simpler. It will be much simpler. It should, going forward, it should be much simpler to maintain. This is a really difficult way to maintain audio correctness. Load. Needs to mirror the logic correctly, and when the audio logic changes, then this code would need to be adapted again. Instead, I suggest adding an xfer function to audio event RTS and handle the state in there. This will not work for legacy saves, but going forward it should be much simpler to maintain and be robust for any logic changes. Mhm. Is to manually mirror the logic. Which then carries the risk of creating bugs, creating new bugs. Handle the state safe load in there for all possibilities. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't agree with this. I mean, it probably is, you know, it will work and, you know, it would be okay, but it's just so hard to maintain this. Like, you change one status somewhere and then you have to update this again. And you always have to manually keep it in sync with the rest of the logic. And it's just awful. Like, you can't really, it's so hard to understand this. Like, just looking at this table that he drew here, this, like, it's so complicated. It's so complicated. Like, you can't, like, easily keep this in your mind. Like, it's so hard to understand. So I think this is really awful. This is really difficult to maintain correctness. Mm-hmm. This also means that Xfer can be used for other sounds as well, for other module sounds as well. I expect a particle cannon. It's not the only object that has this audio issue, but it is very obvious. For it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's my feedback on it. I think it needs to be done differently. Xfer function in audio event and then properly restore it, save it and restore it, and then yeah, you don't need to maintain this super complicated logic here. Oof. Good. Then let's get back to this one and see what Greptile has answered on this. Okay, Greptile is very happy. That's good. Non-trivial constructors that initialize field type markup bytes. Blah, blah, blah. No alignment guarantees using place menu, potentially misaligned buffer. The versions that follow the fixed size struct headers were already using memcopy and remain unchanged. Okay. No new logic, no behavior changes, no edge cases introduced. Okay. Good. Let's continue with our refactor net packet. This one. Yeah. Stash pop. So. Then I would say let's study those add frame functions or whatever they are called. Oof. No, not add frame. Add functions. Add. Okay, so it's just a bunch of them. Add command. Yeah. Where the fun begins. Turn add. Oh boy. Add command. Add command. Add. Do we have other switch of this type? Switch type. Oof. Oof. Okay, let's focus on the add functions. So I guess this one is okay. Yeah. Oh. Oh boy. So command message. Packet length. So it basically is writing manually into the packet. Okay. So command message. So this gets okay. So basically we would need to have net packet frame resend request command, right? So this would be our command message, and let's call it, I don't know, packet. And then packet, yeah. And then, so essentially we can now replace, we also have this here. If necessary, put the net command type into the packet. If necessary. Oh. It's conditional. Wow. Okay. Oof. Why is it conditional? So this is like an optimization, right? They say, oof. Oh. Red frame. Packet. Is this for incoming or outgoing messages? Adds this command to the packet. It looks like it's for outgoing. Huh. If necessary, put the net command type into the packet. Okay, I'm really confused right now. I'm really confused that it conditionally puts it in there. Oh, that's wild. Interesting. Oh, interesting. Why is it doing that? Let's see what's happening here with this guy. Last command type. Huh? I'm really confused by this concept. Why do we save the last type and last frame? Why are we allowed to skip this? I don't understand. Like, shouldn't it be part of every message that we send? All this data, why can it skip this? And then there's nothing done with this. I don't understand. Like, we don't do anything with it. last. I'm really confused by this. Like, what's the purpose of this? If necessary, put it into the packet. But then, if it's not in the packet, then doesn't this cause trouble? I'm really confused. Like, add this game command to the packet. Why? Why is it okay to not put it into the packet? I'm so confused. Add game command. Add command. Who is calling this? Do send. Yeah. Add command. Okay. Add game command. So it's really confusing. This is to allow us to force the starting command ID to be respecified if necessary. Why would it not be necessary? I don't understand. Because like the person that receives these packets, will it be able to interpret it the correct way when some fields are missing? It would imply that these things here would need to always be in sync across all the clients. Is that correct? I'm really confused by this. It's so strange. It's very confusing. Adds this game command to the packet. Okay, so if we wanted to preserve this, then I guess we would just fill these guys. So command type relay player ID, command ID. So that's one. It also has execution frame. Command ID. Are these always the same or? So here we expect a command ID, relay, player ID, command ID. Let me put that into a notepad. Yeah, so this is what we expect. And what does actually happen? So we have the command type, yeah, that's here. Execution frame. Well, that's not here. Then we have relay. That's here. Then you have player ID. That's here. And the command ID. That's here. But this one also doesn't have frame here. Look, this one is adding frame, but here it's not in here. Something is wrong here. This one looks wrong. No, this one here. Last frame. Ha. Ha. That's wild. That's really wild, yeah. What the fuck? Okay, let's take a look at some others. So here we have disconnects. So this would be net packet disconnect, screen off command, right? Packet. So that one, let's take a look at this. That also has, let's copy the whole thing. So that one we have command ID here. Then again, we have last frame. Then we have relay, player ID. Yeah. And then command ID. Yeah. And then data. So this execution frame. Does this ever exist? Frame. There's a frame field here. Net packet game command. So in chat command, we have a frame field. Destroy player. Run ahead command. I'm so confused. Frame command. This is extremely confusing. Yeah. How does this work? I'm extremely confused by this. The problem I have with this is like how does this work then? Like how is this deterministic? Oh. Fill buffer with disconnect frame message. Get execution frame. Let me let's go into Git, and then we go into file tree, and we go to core, game engine, net packets, file history. So fix packet size, set up mistakes. So let's take a look at this guy. Net packets. So Okay, so this one should be relatively safe. Then what do we have here? Command ID field. Yeah. Load complete message. Okay, fair enough. Okay. Okay, this one is the interesting one now. So let's go through this one more time. So we have command type and then frame. Yeah. Then relay. Yeah. Relay. And then player ID. And then command ID. Okay. Yeah. I remember we already looked through all of these and they were all correct, right? Here we have command type, header, command type, player ID. Command ID. Command type, frame, relay, player ID, command ID. Again, command type, relay, frame, player ID, command ID. Data. Command type, relay, player ID, command ID, data. Command type, relay, frame, player ID, command ID. Command type, relay, frame, player ID, command ID. Yeah. Command type, relay, player ID, fill buffer. Okay, so let's assume that this was all correct. Now the question is, what is the difference between these add commands and the fill buffer command? Why do we have two of these? This function assumes that buffer is already the correct size. Fill buffer with commands. Aha, big fill buffer. Construct big command packet list. Okay, this is don't have a unique ID. Big command packet list. Big packet data. Buffer for the huge message. Okay, so there are two kinds of message data. Big command. Okay, so it has, oh man, that is so confusing. Put the relay into the packet. Put the relay into the packet. If necessary. Okay, where's the function where we read? Reads. Here, read message. Get the game message command. Get a number. Get the argument. Get number of argument types. Set game message type. Read game message. Okay. Read destroy player message. Chat message. Okay. Chat message. Okay. Okay, so these are dynamic. So it can read the command type or the relay or the player ID or the command ID or the frame. Otherwise, it will read the data. Okay, I see. Okay, so like each of these are optional to put. You can put them, but you don't have to. Interesting. Let's see. The big question I have right now is why do we have two sets of functions then for writing into the buffer? Right, there are two, right? It's not just one. Man. Well, that sucks. Man. Okay. Interesting. Okay, but so it doesn't hurt to put all the things in the net packet. What if you don't have them in there? What happens then? frame. Message. So I assume that these guys will allocate, right? Yeah, they will create a new instance. Okay. Read game message. Poor. So I need to understand if this here, if this is really a good optimization or not. These 5 fields, I don't understand that yet. Like, what is the benefit of skipping these fields in our message, outgoing message? Like, doesn't it cause problems when eventually we are missing something? Put the relay into the packet. Put the relay into the packet. If necessary. Okay. If necessary. Let's see. Well, let's assume that this makes sense, yeah? Let's assume that this makes sense. Lost relay. And to me also, it looks like the order doesn't really matter. Like only, to me it looks like, if we go to our net packet structs, to me it looks like the order of these fields here, these guys, the first 5 fields that are not data fields. So this one, this, and this. These fields, they can be in any order and they can be present or not present. Doesn't matter. But then only behind the data field, everything behind the data field, that needs to be always correct, in line, and same order everything. But these guys, they can be shuffled. Okay. Okay, that's not too bad. So that to me means that I think that we can yeah. For so command type relay this and this frame. Okay, how about we bring this here into order? So command type relay frame player ID command ID data. Okay, so that's our order now. Okay, and then we command ID. I still don't understand why why this is legal here. I still don't understand. How is this legal? Put the relay into the packet. Okay, what if last relay is this message relay and then we don't put it into the packet? Then what? Is that healthy or not? Was this just like what is the reason for this? If last relay is not get relay. Packet. Packet LAN. Okay, where's packet LAN? Set to 0. Packet LAN is init. Packet, not packet. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Read game message. Yeah. This function assumes that all of the fields are either of default value or are present in the raw data. Turn ref. Turn ref. Data. This function assumes that all of the fields are either of default value or are present in the raw data. Okay, you know what? I have some idea. How about we do... Oof, how do we do that? So basically, I would like to have a breakpoint whether these guys here... Yeah. Shit. Okay. So the problem is I really would like to put a breakpoint to understand in what circumstances this condition is false. Or Yeah, false. So basically it would already match this and then it wouldn't write this. But then I would need to add an else branch everywhere here, which would be madness to do. Else debug log. Not written into packets. Oh boy. Now I would need to add this everywhere. Do we want to do that? Oh, it will be a bit of a monkey work adding this everywhere. Because if this is never hit, then we don't care about this, right? Or if it's only hit if it's 0. Yeah, then I guess it wouldn't need to write it. That's pretty silly, because it's just a few cases that this is true. Yeah, let's put these guys. Let's just do this test. We need to have a proper understanding of this shit to make the right moves here on this one. Yeah, so let me just add this everywhere. Yeah. We have to go through the trouble. Relay, play ID, command ID. Play ID, relay, command type. Boy, whoever wrote this class was, I don't know, must have had some severe autism or just brain damage, something. Like, this is just madness. The way this code is duplicated everywhere, it's so hard to maintain this shit. Like, what was he thinking? Like, he wrote the code with the intent to never maintain it again. You can clearly see this. It's like just adding new shit on top, and just making it ever more complicated to maintain. I have now like a rough understanding of these things. So I have a general plan of where we're going, and I think we are already in a good way. But yeah, there's just so much more here, and it's just absolute madness. And it's such a critical piece of the software, this the network packets. Like, I mean, these are the game messages. Everything goes through this. So the fact that this is so chaotic is just very, very sad. Yeah. Okay, so now I've put breakpoints here everywhere, yeah. maybe we just do we search for all of these, and then we just put breakpoints at each one of them and see if they get hit or not. Is there a quicker way to set a breakpoint? There's probably some key mapping, right? Like, I don't know. Debug. New breakpoint. Toggle breakpoint. F9. Oh, there we go. F9 is the way. Okay. That's faster. Okay. Man. I wonder if any of the original developers is actually watching any of these videos I'm making. And when I rage about the code in various parts, whether they would be happy or neutral about it, or unhappy or neutral about it. Probably not happy, but could be neutral, right? Because it's so long ago. Like, obviously, like we all start as noobs, right? And we become better over time. So I'm sure that by now, if they are still active programmers, they wouldn't do this shit anymore. You always become better and you avoid the mistakes of the past. Generally speaking. Man, there's so many. Okay, I think we got it. Place breakpoints on all of them. So if this will hit, then we will get some get a breakpoint hit. Okay, great. Then let's test this in a network match. Let's see what happens. So good. So we open this guy. Yeah. With debugging, and then we open another guy. Here, this guy. Okay, so we have two clients. So we put this here. Where's the second client? Oh, hit a breakpoint. Okay. Okay, so this is our client 1, and this is our client 2. Great. Then we go into a network room. Yeah. We create the room, and we go in there. Then let's go on the same team, yeah. Good, then we press accept and play game. Now let's see if we get some breakpoint hits. I suspect we do, but only on zeros. Let's see. Yeah, that's a 0. Okay, that makes sense, yeah. That's also 0, 0, 0. Okay, aha. Okay, so we see a lot of zeros here being hit. Okay. Ah, but there's a 2 as well. Aha. No, that's different. Here, 0, 0. Yeah, okay, but it's only zeros. Okay, let's do the following. Let me stop. Let's kill this again. Yeah. Let's say if shit, that makes it more complicated, doesn't it? If last relay is not 0. Written into packet. Let's say percent %d. Not written into packet. %d. Then we pass last relay. Let's do a written into packet. Not written. Okay. Oh boy, that's even more that we need to maintain this. So, okay, let's delete all the breakpoints. Let's let's search for all of these. Yeah, and then here we say, oops, not written into packets, and then we say this equals %d, that, and then here written into packets. So, okay, then we copy this, and now we add it to all of these. Okay. So we have that. Then we do the same with relay. Oh boy, that's a lot of monkey work, isn't it? Okay, then we do the same for execution frame. Last frame. Okay, and then we have the command type. Oops. Poor. Just for testing. Good, then we have that, and do we have any other? I think these are the important ones. There's maybe one more we forgot. Not written into packet. Let me search. Yeah. This one, command ID, we have not done yet. Let's do that. Last command ID. There we go. Then we search for last command ID +1. If If necessary, specify the command ID. Last command ID +1. Let me do a search for this. Hold on. This one needs to be different, like this. Good. Good. Now the question is, why did we do all of this? Well, we will see soon. Then once this is logging into the file, then we can look up which things were actually written into the packet and which were not, and then how often. What is the ratio of these things? I think that's the interesting part. So if we only see that it ever skips zeros and that the zeros are, in the minority of things, then this whole optimization is really not that necessary, I would say. And then we can probably omit it for simplicity. So, general 0, yep. Man. So, not solo. Network. Creates, join, accepts, and play. Okay. So, okay. Oof, crash. Well, that's not good. Oh boy. Read access violation. Oh boy. This was 0x7. Oh, how did that happen? Oof. 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 How did we break it? Man. Okay. That's not good. Let's figure out why this is crashing. let's do a stash and see if it's related to what we already have done before. Let's recompile. Could do, if we think it is worth it. We take compatible xfer save, or not CSC, retake compatible xfer save. Legacy saves, but since you already did all this work, let's say no, this is also not correct. Old xfer version. Okay, let's see if the crash also happens here. Solo skirmish. Nope. Multiplayer network. Okay, it's something we broke in the latest change we did. Okay. Interesting. Okay, then we would need to figure out what exactly we broke there. Since we touched a lot, it might not be easy to see. We moved this, but that shouldn't break anything. Oh, actually, no, that should be fine. Switch case. What did we break then? Huh. Well, what we could do is int net packets. Yeah, let's do that for starters. We need to cast it. But maybe we did some other mistakes as well. Since we touched so much, yeah. It's not awfully obvious to me what we could have done wrong here. Let's run another debug session. It looked like a stack corruption. Yeah. Good. Multiplayer, network. Okay. So my suspicion is that the crash will still be there. I don't know why it's Alpina sold now. Lone Eagle, please. crash? Oh, did we not have a debugger attached? Huh? It looks like the client that receives the message, that one is crashing, not the guy that sends. That's not good. So we send a move command. And that will crash this client. Okay. Call stack. Frame data is null. Oh. Well, that's not good. How did that happen? Well, there's frame data here. Add that command. Frame index. Frame data is null. Frame data manager. Connection manager. Okay. So why is this null suddenly? How did that happen? Okay, it's a bit surprising to me. Frame data. Player ID. Player ID 67. No, well, that doesn't look healthy. Okay, I think we need to look for player ID. Yeah. Okay, I think that is a problem, that somehow we wrote the wrong player ID somewhere. Yeah. Error must be somewhere here when we touch this. Somewhere. New idea. Command type, yeah. But I think this also illustrates how unsafe this is, this piece of code here. Send remote command. This is where we relay a command from one client to others. Max slots. Yeah, I think this needs fixing here. This is very unsafe. Okay, but it still doesn't explain the error, but let me put a bookmark here. So we have an error somewhere. We have an error somewhere here. I just don't see it yet. New ID. No. Command type. I don't know where it is. That's interesting. I didn't see any error. Command type. New frame. New relay. Player ID. New ID. New type. Yeah. So, unfortunately, I still don't see the error, but it's somewhere here. I just don't see it. It must be somewhere here. Oh. Oh. I see a problem here. Here. That's supposed to be byte. That could explain the problem, but it's disconnect frame command. Yeah. Okay. I don't know if I don't know if that would have been responsible for this. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, so there certainly was an error. I don't know if it's responsible for this problem, but let's test it again. We are nearing 3 hours. Maybe it's time for a break. Let's test this here. Accept. Play. Okay, that was a mistake. Okay, but regarding this error that we saw there, here, so I think the way we fix it is get player ID, so that is a unsigned int. Unsigned int. No, we do player ID. We do here const relay const player ID, and then we do frame data. So that's frame data manager. Frame data manager. We say if player ID is smaller than max slots, then do this, otherwise it's not PTR. And then here, and this is smaller than that. This is not null PTR, and then here, this. I think that will do. Good. I think I will take a break here. Next session, let's continue investigation. So essentially, we will now have logs, log files, debug log file D. This one here. Let me open this. So this one will now spam. Not written. Okay, we'll spam a lot. Oh boy. So yeah, let's investigate this next session. I don't know, should I shut down the games? Otherwise they will keep spamming and writing to these files and they will grow very large. Yeah. Yeah, let's exit here. Okay. Good. Then next session, let's investigate the loggings. Good. Then I will take a break here. I wish you a great day or night. Until next time. Goodbye.